අපිට මෙතන හිතගෙන ඉන්න පුළුවන් වේද මේක පාස් කරාට පස්සේ හා දැන් මේක පාස් කරොත් දැන් මේ පනත පාස් වුණොත් පාර්ලිමේන්තු එකේ පාස් වුණොත් දැන් මේකෙන් සුප්‍රීම කෝර්ට් එකේ නියෝගයක් තාම දීලා නැහැ තාම නැහැනේ දැන් අපිට අපේ අන්තිම හෝප් එක ඒක තමයි සුප්‍රීම කෝර්ට් එකෙන් කිව්වොත් මේක පාර්ලිමේන්තු එකට ගිහලා ඩිබේට් කරලා මේක උතනට ගියොත් ඕක මේක කොහෙන් හරි පාස් වෙනවනේ මේක පාස් වුණා කියන්නේ අපි මෙතන ආයෙ මෙහෙම හිටගෙන ඉන්න පුළුවන් වේද අපිට පුළුවන් මම ඔයගේ ප්‍රශ්න බෑන්න පුළුවන් නේද?
සාමාන්‍ය තර්කය අනුව DIGට හිතනොත් wrongfully කියලා මාස 3ක් ඔක්කොමලා
ඇතුළේ දාන්න පුළුවන් ප්‍රශ්න මේ කිසිම මේ
ඔයා රජයට බලපෑම් කිරීමක් නම් මේ කරන්නේ වගවීමක් ඇති කරන්න හරි මොකක් හරි මේ රජයට බලපෑමක් නම් කරන්නේ. DIG හිතනවා නම් මෙහෙම කරන එක වැරදි කියලා. ඒ කියන්නේ වැරදි ආකාරයක් කියලා මේක හිතනවා නම් අනිවාර්යෙන් චමින්ද මේ ඇතුළේ තමයි.
ගොඩ ගත්තා කියලා ගෙදෙට්ටත් ඉන්ෆෝම් කරන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. ඒක තමයි. දැන් මම හිතන්නේ මිනිස්සුන්ට තාම මේක ගැන පැහැදිලි හරියට අවබෝධයක් නැහැ. හරි දැන් ඉතින් අපි දැන් මේ තියෙන සුමාන දෙක තුන හරි අපිට තියෙන මීඩියා වලින් we only have social media, we don't have mainstream media with us. We might get a few voice cuts here and there, but at least with the media we have to educate the people about the ATA. We know what the PTA did to this country. 2 days ago, 3 detainees were released after 14 years without charge. That's over 5,000 days detained under the PTA with no charges and released by the Vaunia magistrate, basically saying that they are innocent, that they can't find anything to keep them in prison any further. That's 14 years. In that 14 years, how many administrations? Multiple administrations over 14 years. I mean, isn't that a travesty of justice? Will they even get an apology from this government, or will they get a cent in compensation for the distress? Will the families that lost them for 14 years get anything back? Will they get them back? Get those years back? No, right? So we know that what the PTA did under multiple administrations, which basically shows that bad laws are bad no matter who's in power. So the only thing we can do is make sure another bad law doesn't see the light of day in this country. And the ATA is another bad law. The Bureau of Rehabilitation Bill, which has already passed in Parliament, is another one of those bad laws. So ultimately, the system change that we are fighting for, right, is not to change, governments and figureheads and things like that. It's to change this rotten core in this country. It's the rotten core which is the political culture in this country, our system in this country. And if we don't change that, 75 years of history and the lessons we learn will mean nothing, right? Will absolutely mean nothing. We need to bring about this change. People who are now saying, what are you all doing here? Why are you all standing? Why are you wasting your time? We are wasting our time. That's correct. This is our time. It's our right. We are not renting their feet to stand here. We are standing here on our own 2 feet, on our own strength. And this is our right. And what they're trying to do with this ATA is to take that right away from us. So I don't think we as citizens of this country should take it lightly. We should all be outraged. And this particular law, right, is basically zeroing in on our rights, right? I mean, this is a violation of our human rights. It's a violation of our fundamental rights. And it's a violation of our constitutional rights. So we hope that the Supreme Court acts, right? That this never goes to a debate. I mean, at least give us a referendum on it. If
two-thirds majority and a referendum, that would be the most ideal if they really want.
Absolutely. And whilst they're at it, they should have a referendum on the executive presidency too. We can kill 2 birds with 1 stone, right? Because the executive presidency has served its purpose. There is no longer a need for it. It was needed when the country was going through a war. The war ended in 2009. We are in 2023 now. Why do we still need this presidency, right? I mean, we know that it subjugates the judiciary to a certain extent. It subjugates the legislature, right? So we don't need an all-powerful executive. Power should go back to the people, and the people's power lies in Parliament, because those are the people we send there, right? People made mistakes. 2/3 majority to Gota by Rajapaksa. People, that was a mistake, and the people redressed that mistake by rising as a movement and demanding that he go. We don't have the right to recall. So what did the people do? We stood up and we said, Gota, go home. That's how we started here in Dibirgasai. We started by saying Gota go home, and then what did we say next? We want system change. Gota has gone. Replacing Gota with another proxy is not what we fought for, right? So it's time that people realized these sort of inconveniences being alleviated by a day, increasing your gas prices by 4,000 and reducing it by 1,000, where people will throw Ratinya and celebrate, is just eyewash, right? So I think it's time people woke up and realized, unless we had an opportunity, right, to bring about real change. That opportunity, that revolutionary opportunity, might be gone now, right? But we can still keep fighting. Blind subservience is not going to bring about change. Confronting authority might bring about change. So that is why we are still doing this. That is why you can see the people turning up here to mark 1 year. We never thought we'll be here after a year. We never thought we'll still be here, but we are still here because everything we fought for is yet to be achieved. In fact, everything we fought for has been eroded, right? So that is why we are still here, and we'll continue to be here, right? After the 80 I don't know whether we'll be allowed to be here, but whatever we can do as citizens that is permissible by law or that's within the law of the land, we will do, and hopefully we will bring about some kind of change so we don't repeat the mistakes of 75 years again.